Hey, what's up, traders? It's February 15th, 2021, and we're going to go over gold, silver. We're going to take a look at these markets. I'm actually snowed in right now here in Nashville. I'm here in my office. So it's a little different setup than I usually do, but it's actually kind of nice to get a bunch of work and trade at home today. So I think we have a great opportunity setting up on gold. Silver is pushing higher, as I mentioned in our last video, but going to be looking for a dip to pull back before we go in on that trade. So let me share my screen with you. Also here, this is just a great setup I have on dollar CAD. You can see we're in the middle of this range here, which is playing out to be a nice schematic Wyckoff accumulation. And this is a really cool and fun way to approach the market. So and as I was doing that this morning, I saw the same thing. Of course, the market just repeats itself in different ways, but this is on a much smaller time frame in gold. So the reason I think this could play out and hold at this level that we're at right now before making this next leg higher, because down here is 1787. So like we can definitely go there. Anything can happen. Of course, it's the markets, right? But I feel like this pattern that we're in here now, especially with silver on the rise, I think we could get some dollar strength. That is totally a possibility for sure. Would that affect gold as much as that would, say GU or EU? Maybe not, because this is so it's gold, right? It's kind of its own unique beast. It has a lot to do more than anything rather than with the dollar, but more with the Fed and interest rates. So, and those aren't going up anytime soon, that's for sure. So that's just going to skyrocket gold. So right now we have preliminary support, right? So this is a lot of time traders get faked out here. You think, okay, it's going to bounce. Maybe there's some RSI divergence, and we have a big push lower. One more big sell-off, right? And then typically, a lot of times you see this being higher here, this push higher, but we have a bounce, and then another test of this support here and going into range now. So we're setting up, I believe, to retest this this support here, which is created by the selling climax and the retest of it. I think we're going to break through here, create what's called a spring, right? So, and in other words, also take out all the stops. This is super important. Take out all the stops that are people that are setting up right here. A lot of retail traders going to get trapped. We have a nice liquidity pool that would potentially set up here. It stops, people get long, and then it pushes down and breaks through to a significant level over here to the left. Sometimes teaching my accelerator group to my funding students is when in doubt, always look left. But from here below this, doesn't really seem to be many areas of interest, and everything seems to be pretty well sewed up. So that's kind of the last one I see, unless we were to get just like a major sell-off, which, like I said, I don't see that as happening. So we have two potential entries here. 1807, which I had sent a trade signal out for that into my gold trade group. If you want access to that, click the link below, and that'll get you set up in different strategies for trading gold, as well as our signals channel. So, but we have one entry right here, but in all honesty, the best entry you could have would be wait for this retest. It always is, right? Would be wait for the retest here. And then a stop below this level. There we go. We got a little out of whack there. Okay, right. So this would be the optimal setup, especially because this would confirm that the analysis on this this accumulation was correct. And of course, we would have much higher R to R, risk to reward. And so I think this could potentially be a great opportunity. Now let's go out to an hourly, see what's happening more long term. Now we break out of this, maybe retest this level and then shoot up. Well, from there, it's going to be just, straight up game on. Once we come out of this phase of accumulation and we have some multiple targets around 1870, 1950, right? And then, to retest these same former highs at 2000. And check out my video, the last video I did on gold for long-term view of how we're going to get there. But first, I think we're going to have to break down out of this and then test this level of support here before making a move higher. So that's what I'm looking at. I think it's a great opportunity as well to get in on this market, especially with low risk to reward. And the thing is if you're planning to hold this trade, we have some big upside targets here. So, if you get a small stopped out on with a really tight stop loss, well, the opportunity for re-entry on it, especially on some sort of dip, is going to be really, really high. So there's multiple places we could enter down here. So we'll have to see, we'll have to tell, and time will definitely tell on here if we end up pushing lower or stopping at the bottom of this and before we make a next move higher. So that is what I'm looking at on gold. Silver looks a lot different right now. Looks a lot different. Of course, there's a lot of hype on silver, rightfully so, especially with plans about this so-called Green New Deal coming out. We're hitting a nice resistance level now. So what I'm thinking we're going to see is a kind of a range right here, maybe an attempt at a breakout, which could prove to be a false breakout, and then a retest of these lower levels, 27, 2020, or maybe just straight up 27. So are we going to go even lower? Yeah, that could definitely happen. Looks like we're in a nice little range or wedge here. So I would call this a bullish wedge, which would open up a move down here to retest the bottom of this wedge, which is also the moving average there. And okay, so you can see this goes all the way down. Now you got to be careful with wedges and different structures that they're not a trap, but what isn't anyways in the market, to be honest. But this is going to provide a great opportunity for silver and look for gold to make that dip lower than silver to follow suit, which will create a great buying opportunity to take advantage of. So if you want me to give you a heads up on that, if you want to learn my gold, silver scalping strategies and how I like to approach these markets, click the link below, check us out, and thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Stay warm and safe out there. It's an ice storm here, but if you're anywhere but Nashville, I know Texas got some crazy ice too. So that being said, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Click the link below to get started, and I'll see you in the training. Peace.